Today's horror story is going to be a real doozy, because we're going to be reading from a book called The Seventh Door. This is a short story by an author who writes a lot of paranormal horror stuff. And let me tell you, this man knows how to write. And if you like what you hear today, I do recommend checking out the rest of his books. This story is about a guy named Sid. He lives in a remote home that belonged to his family for many generations. But the home has secrets buried within its walls. Secrets from the days when genies walked among mankind. And so, after hearing rumors of his family's dark past, Saddam returns home to investigate. What he finds will haunt him forever. Now, the story is going to be split up into scenes. So you'll know what part of the story we're reading when I say the word scene. We'll also be adding some spooky sound effects to really set the mood. So get yourself comfortable and ready for a wild ride. Scene 1. Something is missing. There were only 2 locks left on the 7th door. And Saddam could feel that the barrier between his world and something unspeakable was thinning. The house had begun to behave like it was alive. Doors creaking open without wind, objects rearranged in plain sight, and the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Then, on a morning smeared with fog, he realized something terrifying. His reflection was missing. In the bathroom mirror, he saw the room behind him, the cracked tiles, the broken sink. But not himself. He waved. Nothing. He touched the glass. It was warm. Then came the whisper. I'm not in the mirror anymore. Scene 2. The Hall of Mirrors. That night, the ticking returned. Then the laughter, childlike, echoing, but wrong. Saddam followed the sound down the main corridor. The walls flickered with light that didn't have a source. At the end of the hallway, behind a concealed wooden panel, he discovered a narrow, dust-filled passage that led to a forgotten part of the house, a wing hidden for decades. Inside was a long room, lined from floor to ceiling with mirrors. Each one was different, baroque, cracked, clean, shattered, but all of them reflected something else. In one, the hallway was on fire. In another, he was screaming silently. In a third, the man beneath the stairs stood directly behind him. He turned. Nothing there. He backed out slowly. But his reflection in the largest mirror did not. It grinned and stayed. Scene 3. The woman in the mirror. He began seeing her everywhere. A woman in a black veil. Her face blurred. Always watching from the mirror. Motionless. Waiting. She never moved while he looked at her. But once, he turned away for a second. When he looked back, she was closer. He covered the mirrors with sheets. She burned holes through them. He smashed one. The shards bled. He tried to flee the house. The door was gone. The house had swallowed the exit. Scene 4. The 4th lock. At 3:07 a.m., the temperature dropped sharply. Ice formed along the edges of the walls. Breath turned visible. The 4th lock fell from the 7th door. No one touched it. It just unraveled, as if time had reversed itself for a moment. Now, only one lock remained. From behind the door, he heard it breathing. Not fast, not labored, just steady, patient, as if whatever waited beyond had always known he would come. Scene 5. The mirror ritual. He returned to the Hall of Mirrors. They're carved into the wall behind a massive cracked mirror. He found an inscription in Arabic. Through 7 reflections, the gate opens. Through blood, the watcher wakes. He was part of it now. The house had chosen him. The rituals had begun before his birth. His grandfather had warned him, but not soon enough. That night, he dreamed of his childhood. He remembered playing in a room that didn't exist, with a mirror, and a boy that looked exactly like him but wasn't. He remembered the boy whispering, Only one of us can leave the mirror. He woke up screaming. A mirror had been placed next to his bed while he slept. His reflection was gone again. Scene 6. The face that wasn't his. It was midday. Bright, loud, and hot. But when Sadim looked into the bathroom mirror, he finally saw a reflection. It wasn't his. It was his face, but not his eyes. They were sunken, hungry, and smiling in a way no living man could. Then the mirror shattered. From within the shards, the voice spoke. You are the final lock. When you break, I rise. To be continued. So this is where we're gonna end part 1 of this terrifying tale. But don't worry, part 2 is already in the works. So keep an eye out for that if you haven't already. And if you want more creepy stories, you know what to do. And as always, remember, John shot first.